Thank you very much, Thabo. Well, the IMF says South Africa must ensure a swift removal of the country from the Financial Action Task Force's grey list of countries who are vulnerable to weaknesses identified regarding laws that are meant to prevent money laundering and terrorism financing. But that's not all. The IMF has also sent a stern warning to South Africa that the economy risks becoming stagnant. The lender issued its assessment of South Africa's economy following widespread consultations about the country's economy as an IMF member. For more on this development, we are joined now by Papa Ndiaye, the IMF country representative in South Africa. Mr. Ndiaye, thank you very much for your time this evening. South Africa's economic growth for the first quarter of 2023 recorded a 0.4% quarter-on-quarter growth. It expanded, just avoiding technical recession. But your assessment report has warned of economic stagnation in the country if certain things are not urgently done. How much trouble is South Africa in?
Thanks for having me. As you correctly pointed out, Q1, the first quarter GDP growth came out positive at 0.4% Q on Q. And this is a positive news that speaks to the resilience of households and businesses in South Africa. Nonetheless, we do see 2023 as a challenging year, mainly because of the increased intensity of load shedding that's exacting a heavy toll on these businesses and households. Well, the 2023 is also a year with lower commodity prices and demand for commodities than we had seen in 21 and 22, and that should also weigh on the outlook. We, however, believe that with some of the measures that the government has taken in terms of improving the situation, the energy crisis, the situation should improve in 2024 with growth at about 1.8%, but will taper around 1.4, 1.5 over the medium term. And this is a growth rate that will be too low in our view to significantly lower the social challenges that the economy faces.
You have, in that report, spoken about the mounting economic and social challenges, a warning of those risks. But some risks to the economy that were identified in the February budget have already materialized, according to your report. Take us through those risks that have now become reality for South Africa.
Indeed, some of the risks that were flagged in the budget related to the intensity, increased intensity of load shedding and the impact that it will have on the economy, risk related to the wage agreement, those have materialized and putting some pressure, significant pressure on the fiscal position. And this is what is in our forecast for the fiscal position, which we expect to deteriorate in part largely because of these risks that have materialized. We also see more volatility and tightening in global financial conditions that seem to affect the outlook as well. So these are the key factors that have materialized and impact the fiscal outlook. In addition to the pressure that is exerted by some of the state-owned enterprises and the transfers to households. Thank you.
Mr. Ndiaye, having met with the members of parliament in South Africa, business, labor, academia and the Reserve Bank, among others, in your 2-week visit, how confident are you that South Africa is doing enough to prop up economic activity and avoid a further deterioration of economic activity?
But this is a challenging period globally and for South Africa in particular. I think the energy crisis has worsened. There has been a lot of measures that have been taken, but those will take time to improve the situation. We expect that to happen towards the end of this year. This is what is underpinning our forecast and our projection. So the government is implementing reforms. I think through Operation Vulindlela, about 10 out of the 35 reform items have been implemented. We do see further room to continue the implementation of reforms. Once the energy crisis is resolved, we believe that the priority should be to deal with the state-owned enterprises and implement product market reform that will help boost private sector activity. This could be through lowering the regulatory burden that the companies face and enhancing the efficiency of state-owned enterprises and leveling the playing field there to increase contestability of market. This will help also reduce the pressure on the budget. But our understanding is that the government is working on a plan, and we look forward to seeing the plan on what it plans to do on the state-owned enterprises.
Papa Ndiaye, the South Africa IMF country representative.